In his autobiography, American writer and humorist Mark Twain noted that, "In discarding the monkey and substituting man, our Father in heaven did the monkey an undeserved injustice." Just more than a century after, upon the release of Pokémon's 5th generation, another set of innocent simians endured condemnation from another influential force. Not the divine, rather, fans of the monolithic, monster-capturing franchise itself. The elemental monkeys is a fan term used to describe the Unovan trio of primates who made their debut in Pokémon Black and White. Mirroring the traditional types of starters, they acted as the aces of Strighton City's trio of gym leaders, who each fought with a monkey of their respective type. Despite this role, and their initially heavy promotion, the elemental monkeys have been among the most scrutinized and disliked Pokémon, with Simisear even placing dead last in the Japanese poll which asked fans to vote for their favorite pocket monster. As an American, Unovan, who looks upon these great simians with admiration, I can't stand by any longer without providing a case for their defense. After searching through multiple discussion boards in which users expressed their opinions on the elemental monkeys, I've come to the conclusion that those who hold unfavorable views of these Pokémon typically do so for one or more of these 3 reasons: the trio's designs, their use in battle, and their role in the game, which I'll address in that order. Firstly, it's clear that many Pokémon fans dislike the monkeys because, in their opinion, the designs come off as boring at best and stupid or ugly at the worst. Interestingly, these feelings are usually targeted towards the trio's evolved forms. While many of the accounts I came across admitted that they were indifferent towards or even fond of Pansage, Pansear, and Panpour, they nearly always found the designs of their respective evolutions to ruin the lines. Admittedly, I can understand how these designs could be disliked. They're definitely a little goofy looking, but I personally find such a quality can be quite endearing, if done well. In addition, I like how each of the monkeys look distinct from their counterparts, yet easily manage to convey their relation. The pale yellow color of all of the monkeys' skin pairs well with the greens, reds, and blues of their hair, and, in my opinion, the visual progression from the Pan to the Simi stages looks natural and brings a satisfying conclusion to each line. There are also a few different interesting inspirations expressed through the designs of the elemental monkeys. Now, by no means do I think that simply having an interesting inspiration can salvage otherwise poorly done designs, though I do think that it can help someone look at a design through a different lens. In the case of the elemental monkeys, there is, of course, the most well-known basis on the famed Japanese pictorial maxim of the 3 wise monkeys. In addition, Takeo Uno, who designed the base forms of the trio, has also detailed his process of designing them based on their ability to help around a kitchen, tying into Strighton City's restaurant theme. However, a much more interesting, lesser-known inspiration is expressed through the evolved forms of the monkeys. Each of the Simi forms seems to be based on a different, stereotypical Japanese delinquent. Simisage's pompadour and general swagger seem to be directly based on that of the Japanese Yankee subculture, whose members are often characterized as loud and rebellious, breaking Pansage's previous mantra of speak no evil. However, Simisage's official artwork does portray it in the famous pose of the Fawns, one of the most righteous men to grace this earth, so take its delinquency with a grain of salt. The collar-like fur around Simisear's neck and its fingerless gloves take clear inspiration from bikers, or more specifically, Bozozuko, a Japanese subculture famed for modifying their motorcycle mufflers to produce more noise, which goes back on Pansear's Hear No Evil. Simisear is even posed as if it's squatting on and gripping the handlebars of an invisible bike. Lastly, the blind Simipour, with its long hair and dress-like fur, is based on Kogal, or Japanese schoolgirls who are often seen as guilty of self-sexualization and conspicuous consumption, activities that defy Panpour's tenet of see no evil. Simipour's official artwork portrays it waving, though I've never seen girls wave to me, much less well-to-do ones, so I can't say for sure that this pose has anything to do with Kogal inspiration. Hated second most only to their designs, the ability or lack thereof of the elemental monkeys to perform in battle seems to contribute a lot to the lack of affection these guys receive. While the base forms of the monkeys have pretty good speed and offensive stats, and a respectable move pool for Pokemon's early game, the evolved forms of the monkeys are largely outclassed by their mid to late game contemporaries. Now, it's completely understandable why this could turn people off of the monkeys if they already dislike the designs. However, I'm a firm believer that, despite possibly poor use in battle, nearly any Pokémon can be used with success in the single-player campaign. So, if you like the designs of the elemental monkeys, why not try them out? As Indigo Elite 4 member Karen tells the player in Generation 2 and its remakes, "Strong Pokémon, weak Pokémon, that is only the selfish perception of, people. Truly skilled trainers should try to win with their favorites." Finally, the last and, in my opinion, the best point that I often see used to criticize the elemental monkeys is their role as a somewhat in-your-face tutorial on type advantages. The elemental monkeys are first introduced as gift Pokemon in Black and White's Dreamyard, in which a player receives a baby simian weak to their chosen starter. If you choose Snivy, you'll receive Panpour, and so on and so forth. These monkeys are then, in turn, advantageous against the ace monkey of whatever Strighton City brother you'll fight, will have a monkey strong against your starter. Furthering the aforementioned example, choosing Snivy will lead you to face the fire specialist Chili, whose Pansear will be powerful against your starter, but weak to your newly received Panpour. It's an effective tutorial on the importance of building a diverse team of Pokémon, but it's clearly symptomatic of the series' notorious linearity. Some fans feel as if directly receiving a monkey who's strong against that of the brother you'll face feels as if you're being babied, and I can't say I disagree. However, that isn't to say that with a little adjustment, the elemental monkeys couldn't serve as a valuable and well-done lesson on type advantages. Imagine, for instance, that a new player doesn't receive one of the elemental monkeys as a gift, only rarely seeing them as wild encounters in the ruins of the Dreamyard. If they elect to ignore or not use the one that provides coverage, they'll likely get their rear whooped by the first gym. Thus, the player would have to actively search, on their own, for a solution, hopefully eventually remembering those playful monkeys they saw back in that forest. Something such as this could serve as a good tutorial while giving the player some agency and room for exploration. Primates are some of nature's most interesting creations, so it's always exciting as a Pokémon fan to see monsters designed after them. And to me, the elemental monkeys are no exception. Their designs are, in my opinion, full of the expression and quirkiness that Unovan Pokémon collectively embody. If this video still hasn't made you won over by the elemental monkeys, that's fine too. Everyone has their own taste for what does and doesn't make a good Pokémon. If this video has at least allowed you to look at these primates through a new or different angle, it succeeded in its purpose. Well, one of its purposes, you'd see, I'd really like to get the word out there that this trio should be expanded upon. Perhaps with new evolutions or pan and simi forms of different types. Maybe they could be based upon delinquents from other cultures, or contrast with the originals by taking on moral and lawful inspirations. Perhaps different types of primates could be thrown into the mix. I digress. This is Beneath Us Paladin, and I hope this video bettered your day.